Ano po yung violation na may penalty na 20,000?
Non-reporting of any one of which, Mr. Chair, is the non-reporting of the sale of a motorcycle, Mr. Chair.
So the penalty is 20,000.
Gusto nilang gawin na balanse sa motorcycle owners and other vehicle owners. Kaya gusto po nila 20,000 pesos ang multa.
Transport group? Yes.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair. We are happy na nagpa-hearing na po ang Land Transportation Office sa amin. Kami pong mga nandito ay naka-attend. So, kinaklaro lang po namin yung tungkol po sa public utility vehicles, no? Kasi, especially sa tricycle. Sa tricycle po kasi, Mr. Chair, sinabi namin sa kanila na baka pwedeng medyo ihiwalay kami kasi ang tricycle po under ng local government units. Pag nagbenta po ng motorsiklo at binili ko po ang tricycle, Mr. Chair, hindi po matatransfer ko kagad yung pong motor sa pangalan ko dahil yung prangkisa po ang magiging problema nito. That's why marami rin pong local government units, LGUs all over the Philippines ang hindi po nagtatransfer na ang kanilang prangkisa. So isa po yan sa problema. Kaya sabi ko, baka magka-problema po kami at hindi namin masunod yung pagtatransfer. Pag transfer po namin, Mr. Chair, sisiguraduhin ko po na hindi po mapupunta sa amin yung prangkisa. Tatagal po ang proseso at di po kami makapaghanap buhay. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Comment from the LTO?
Yes, Mr. Chair, that concern was raised to us, and we are studying whether the period will be required to public utility vehicles, especially to tricycles, considering that the purpose of the administrative order is for crime prevention, and if it is used as public utility vehicles, Mr. Chair, there's a big chance that hindi po ito ginamit sa krimen or other crimes, Mr. Chair.
Clarification lang. If the owner of a tricycle or hire transfers or sells his tricycle but does not sell or does not include the franchise that he has with the local government units, according to Mr. Lim, mahirapan na ilipat.
Opo, Mr. Chair, kasi po kasama po yung prangkisa pag binili namin yung motorsiklo.
Would that be true, LTO, na hindi nyo may re-registro yung transfer kung hindi kasama yung franchise?
On the part of tricycle, Mr. Hindi po we can transfer considering na hindi po nakalink yung LGU, but for other public utility vehicles with franchise before the LTFRB, Mr. Chair, before we can transfer to those public utility vehicles, approve po dapat ng LTFRB yung transfer, Mr. Chair.
Kasi ang pagkaalam ko, ang nangyayari kasi sa ground, may mga tricycle owners na pag binenta yung tricycle, hindi kasama yung franchise. Pero meron naman nagbebenta na ng tricycle nila, kasama na rin yung franchise. So, would there be a difference so far as registration of such vehicles is concerned?
For tricycle, Mr. Chair, there's none.
So, Mr. Lim, siguro kailangan pag may bibili ng tricycle for hire, dapat kasama yung franchise.
Hindi po kasi pinapayagan ng ibang local government. Alam po yan ng ating mga nasa League of Cities of the Philippines, sa mga local government units. Yan nga po isang problema namin, Mr. Chair, kaya nagre-request kami ng itong Magna Carta because nangyayari po yung issue na yan sa buong Pilipinas. Mas mahal pa po ang prangkisa sa ibang lugar sa probinsya kaysa po dito sa Metro Manila, Mr. Chair.
Yung po bang problema na yun ay nabigyan ng lunas dito sa susunod na topic natin, yung Magna Carta for tricycles?
Parang nahagi po ng kaunti ito pero hindi po nabigyan ng full. Kaya po maigi po na nakita nyo na nakasama kami ngayon dito. para pong pag-usapan din yun.
Thank you. Any other questions from the members of this committee? Meron pa ba magsasalita sa stakeholders? Yes, please identify yourself.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. Sandy Pingay po ng Stop-and-Go Transport Coalition. Good morning sa lahat. Gusto ko lang iklaro kasi hindi nabanggit
Pakilapit po yung mic sa one po ninyo.
nabanggit ni ED yung tungkol doon sa nabanggit ko noon sa public consultation na huwag sanang isama ang public utility dahil meron pong umiiral na MC ng LTFRB na no sale and transfer. So, kahit anong gawin po namin dito, hindi po kami makapag-transfer po ng pag-aari sa aming mga mobilhan. Kaya sana po hindi kasama po dito sa order na ito sa mga public utility vehicle, Mr. Chair.
Any comments from?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, General Pan.
pwede po namin malaman bakit hindi po mapagbigyan yung request po nila na ihiwalay po sila?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, yes, Mr. Saldi Pingay raised that during the October 30, 2024 public consultation, and just like any other recommendation of other stakeholders, Mr. Chair, we are considering it in our for the revision of the administrative order, Mr. Chair.
Pero nabanggit niyo po kanina yung sa crime na maaaring gamitin po yung tricycle. Pero usually hindi naman po tricycle ang gamit kasi mabagal po yan eh. Maaabutan kayo yan. Ang ginagamit po talaga ay yung motor. Yung riding in tandem po. Pero yung tricycle, napakabagal po niya. Kaya pong abutan ng bisikleta yan eh.
Yes po, Mr. Chair, that's why we are considering po the recommendation po considering na the objective of the administrative order is hindi naman po applicable sa tricycles and other public utility vehicles. Consider public utility vehicles araw-araw pong nasa daan, so malayong mangyari po na gagamitin ito sa mga krimen po. We are considering the recommendations of Mr. Pingay and Mr. Lim,
Opo.
Madam Chair.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So, ang sagot po nyo sa hinaing po nila is pag-aaralan po ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair, because there's a basis to exempt those public utility vehicles from this requirement, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other issues raised by the members?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, General Paduano is recognized.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anyway, magtatanong po ako sa LTO since this is an administrative order for the LTO. Kasi yung Section 2 niya at saka Section 3. As of now, ano ba talagang process when a sale or a donation is being made? May reportorial requirement pa kayo ngayon?
Mr. Chair, as of now po, wala po, Mr. Chair. But in case po na mag-transfer po, with yung date of notary po, dinedetermine for the imposition of fine, very minimal fine po.
Hindi, pero in short, ang tanong ko lang po is, sa ngayon, under this administrative order, dalawa yung requirements for a seller or a donee. Tama? Reportorial requirement at saka yung transfer of ownership.
With the existing administrative order, Mr. Chair, yes, a reportorial on the part of the seller and transfer on the part of the buyer.
Ang reaction ko lang dito, Mr. Chairman, first is, of course, no, question of, especially yung consideration dito is about the possible crimes, no, deterrent to the crime. But, example, yung Section 2 nyo, 2.3, yung reporting is online submission. Di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What if the seller or the donee has no means of or is not literate enough to submit it online.
Yes, Mr. Chair, ito po yung isa din po nating inaaral, but if with this, ang intent po natin dito is it can be made online and it can be made also dun sa district offices po natin, Mr. Chair.
Okay, anyway. Kasi ang purpose naman dito is question of transfer, di ba?
Yes,
Tama, di ba?
yes po, Mr. Chair.
So why should we require a reportorial requirement instead of ito na po yung transfer of ownership? Kasi pinapahirapan na po natin yung mga car owners. Di ba, report ka within 5 days. Tapos pag hindi ka naka-report, may penalties. Tapos after reporting dun sa transfer of ownership, within 20 working days, tama?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
20 working days from where? From where? From the actual reportorial requirement or from the sale or from the donation?
From the notarial date,
Notarial date of the transfer.
yes, Mr. Chair.
O di, yun pa rin po, two requirements na binibigay natin ngayon sa mga car owners. I think yung transfer of ownership, ano na to? Okay na to eh. Ang malaga lang dito that the transfer of ownership is within 20 days. Kasi pagpasok after 20 days, alam niyo na rin na yung sasakyan na to was sold or was donated by the original owner. Di ba? Bakit pahirapan pa natin? Dalawang requirement. Una, reportorial. Then the next is transfer.
Mr.
Ano,
Chair.
hindi ko makita yung logic nun.
Mr. Chair, yes, Mr. Chair, ito yung pong reportorial requirements, kinuha po natin doon sa Section 4 ng Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act, which requires the seller to immediately report to LTO in case of sale. We just synchronize it to the motor vehicle, but tama po kayo, Mr. Chair, kung wala nang reporting, i-transfer na lang, that would be sufficient to update po our record, Mr. Chair.
Yes, kasi 20 days is, do you think it's not enough? 20 working days is not enough to transfer. At the same time, pag pumasok na yung transfer, alam nyo na kaagad, may record na kayo. Ba't pa kailangan pa itong reportorial requirement within 5 days?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We will consider that in the amendment, Mr. Chair, but nilagay lang po natin itong reportorial requirements, Mr. Chair, because some of the buyers po, they don't immediately transfer the vehicles po na nabibili po nila. And we don't have any knowledge na nabenta na po na ito ng isang tao. So within that period po within which to transfer, it can be used to commit a crime and mababalikan po si seller, Mr. Chair.
But sabi ko na nga, within 20 working days from the sale, malalaman nyo na rin. Di ba? So,
Yes.
palagay natin, the sale was made on the first day of January. So, supposedly, in this administrative order, the seller should report it 5 days ahead, so January 6. Pero yung nakalagay nyo dito is yung transfer of ownership within 20 days. So, what will matter between January 6 to January 20? Ano ba ang pagkakaiba dun? Unless talagang itong EO, pinapahirapan na natin yung mga car owners. Two requirements being required to them. So I suggest, Mr. Chairman, that Section 2, paki-review nyo na lang, dapat wala na to. Tanggalin na natin to.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we will do.
That's only my suggestion. No?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Before we proceed, the chair would acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Rosana Ria Vergara, chairperson of the Committee on Social Services and representing the 3rd District Province of Nueva Ecija. And the Honorable Bonifacio Pusita, representing One Rider Party List. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Good morning, sir. Good morning po sa lahat.
Mr. Chair, can I be recognized, Mr. Chair?
Yes, the honor
For
pleasure.
some clarification. Well, Mr. Chair, the objective of this administrative order is relevant to curb the increasing number of unregistered motor vehicles and double or multiple sales of motor vehicles. The period of which implementation is prejudicial to those who have transacted the buying and selling of motor vehicles prior to the issuance of the administrative order, and not to mention also the exorbitant penalties imposed therein. That's why, Mr. Chair, I filed the resolution to seek clarification on certain provisions, especially on the exorbitant penalties. Para ba silang, magkano ba talaga ang penalties na po pwede natin? Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, yes, Mr. Chair, yung penalty po, yung isa pong kino-consider of taking into consideration the suggestions and comments of our stakeholders during public consultations, Mr. Chair.
In connection with that, what was the basis of your penalty of 20,000?
Mr. Chair, kinuha po natin sa Section 4 ng Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act, which impose imprisonment or a fine of 20,000. Not less than 20,000, but not more than 50,000 in case the owner failed to report any sale of motorcycle, Mr. Chair.
Now, under that law that you cited, ano po yung violation na may penalty na 20,000?
The non-reporting of any one of which, Mr. Chair, is the non-reporting of the sale of a motorcycle, Mr. Chair.
So the penalty is 20,000. Motorcycle yun.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, would that penalty be applicable sa mga tricycle at saka four-wheeled vehicle? With the same circumstances?
Under that law, Mr. Chair, it's not.
It's not.
Yes,
So
Mr. Chair.
wala kayong basis ng 20,000, di ba? Kasi ang sinabi mo na basis ng 20,000 sa akin is yung Motorcycle Act. Di ba? Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act. Doon nyo ibinasa. But that only pertains to motorcycles. They did not mention any word na tricycle at saka four-wheeled vehicle. Di ba?
Yes po, Mr.
So
Chair.
why did you use that? What was the rationale?
This is to synchronize the requirement, Mr. Chair, considering that we, under the law, 20,000 is imposed to the motorcycle. So, para po parehas po yung penalty for motorcycle and motor vehicle without any discrimination, Mr. Chair.
Di ba dapat may legal basis kayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And would the law that you mentioned be enough as a legal basis for your administrative order?
It can be a basis, Mr. Chair, but maybe it's not sufficient, Mr. Chair.
Now, is that violation not included in the transportation law?
There is a penalty, Mr. Chair, under 4136, Mr. Chair, na in case of, pero dun sa transfer lang po, Mr. Chair. There's yung po yung notary, ang basis po is the date of notary. If you fail to transfer,
How much would that be under the law?
100 I believe, Mr. Chair, 150 to 200, Mr. Chair.
150,000?
150 pesos, Mr. Chair.
Kasi, any other,
Sir Chair,
yes,
siguro pwede po natin tanungin po sila kung kakayanin po yung 20,000. Kasi po, dapat po natin bigyan ng konsiderasyon nung kinikita lang po ng mga tricycle driver. Hindi
Yes po.
natin pwedeng gawin na in general lahat sila 20,000. Oo.
Yes, Madam Chair, ito po yung isa sa mga ni-raise po ng nila po during public consultation, the 20,000 penalty. And as we told them po, we will review po and lessen the penalty, Madam Chair.
Kasi po, second ano na natin to, this was October 30 ba to? So dapat po na-review nyo na po yun eh. Diba?
Madam,
October 30 po ito eh.
yes, Madam Chair, nagkaroon na po ng dalawang public consultation, October 30 and November 6, Madam Chair. But dito pa lang po yun sa Luzon, sa NCR pa lang po, Madam Chair. We intend to conduct public consultation also to other provinces, Madam Chair, para po malaman po yung kanilang mga comments and suggestions in order to improve this administrative order, Madam Chair.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
the Honorable Busita is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, ang nakikita po nating naging basis ng LTO to come up with this administrative order is yung Republic Act 11235. Tama po ba, Attorney Pua?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And sometimes, sir, Mr. Chair, na-discuss na po natin ito na itong batas na ito, discriminatory, na parang ang tinitingnan po ng author, ang mga pwedeng maging criminal lang, mga riders. Kung papansinin po natin, Mr. Chair, yung Republic Act 11235, Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act. However, parang may naging pressure po sa LTO to come up with this administrative order. At gusto nilang gawin na balanse sa motorcycle owners and other vehicle owners. Kaya gusto po nila 20,000 pesos ang multa, both rider and other vehicles owner. Yung po ang isang issue doon. And Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang po itanong sa LTO kay Attorney Greg Pua, Executive Director, meron po kayong penalty na gustong impose na 20,000 pesos kapag hindi na-transfer within 20 days. Tama po ba?
Correct po,
Yes.
Mr. Chair.
So, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi nakasunod or na-comply ito ng bagong owner, tama po?
Yes po, sir.
Mr. Chair, tanong ko po kay Attorney Greg Pua, are you aware na may problema po ang LTO sa confirmation of registration that sometimes 1 month, 2 months delay? So, hindi ma-transfer yung ownership. Alam po ba ninyo yun?
We received reports, Mr. Chair, regarding.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For your information, Attorney Greg Pua, totoo po yan. Now, ang question, Mr. Chair, is, pag yung new car owner hindi nakapag-transfer within 20 days, magmumulta siya ng 20,000. Tama po?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Paano naman po kung inabot ng 2 months, 3 months bago lumabas ang confirmation at hindi na-transfer ang ownership? Paano po yun? Pagka private individual, paparusahan natin. Pag mali ng LTO, paano po yun, Mr. Chair? Ano po ang plano ng LTO doon?
Mr. Chair, we will amend our existing memorandum circular issued in 2020, which requires the processing of requests and replies to confirmation within 24 hours via email. It was issued during the time of ASEC Galbante and was reiterated during the time of ASEC Togade. But doon po sa memorandum circular, doon lang po kay ASEC Togade, nakalagay po, failure to comply to this directive shall be dealt with accordingly. We will issue the amendment, Mr. Chair, making it clear that yung pong hindi magbigay ng confirmation within the required period shall be held liable, administrative and criminal, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, granting na ganun po ang inyong plano. So, in the event na hindi po matransfer yung ownership within 20 days, exempted yung car owner doon sa penalty na 20,000.
Yes po, Mr. Chair. And we are also studying now, Mr. Chair, is without waiting for the confirmation if lumagpas na po yung period required for the transacting district office to process the transfer and report to the office of the Assistant Secretary, Mr. Chair, kung sino po yung hindi nag-reply na LTO office doon po sa request for confirmation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may be allowed to add some questions, Mr. Chair. LTO, are you aware na marami pong car owners na ilang years na kumbaga nabili na nila, sir, Mr. Chair, ilang years na at hindi na nila kayang i-produce pa yung mga documents. Sometimes namatay na yung dating owner, sometimes 5 na yung deed of sale. Ano po ang plano ng LTO, Mr. Chair, para ma-resolve yun? In other words, wala na talagang pwedeng remedyo para ma-produce pa yung documents. But yung car owners na mga ito willing to transfer the ownership, gusto nilang mag-comply. The problem is yung mandatory documents. Ano po ang plano, Mr. Chair, ng LTO to resolve this issue?
Mr. Chair, we will definitely allow the transfer of those transactions, Mr. Chair. There are other ways to, under the law, there are other ways to prove that there was indeed a sale or transfer of a motor vehicle. Further, Mr. Chair, as you recommended, Mr. Chair, yung pong we can ask the transferee to execute an affidavit of undertaking or any other affidavit, Mr. Chair, in case na may lumutang po na mag-claim na hindi naman nabenta sa kanya, mababalikan po siya, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yung affidavit of undertaking is enough to cover the lacking requirements. And of course, yung clearance from the HPG na sinasabi na hindi ganap, hindi stolen, hindi involved sa crimes, or any involvement sa crimes. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Wala na.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor. Wala na?
Chairman,
Yes.
last na po. To the LTO, please take note of this provision dun sa section 4 sa penalty. Kaya yung first, ang 4.1 is all about the failure to report, no? Dito po, ang fine will be imposed to the seller. Tama? Now, yung 4.2, yung fine will be imposed to whom? Failure to transfer ownership as required in Section 3 of a fine amounting to 20,000 pesos shall be imposed to whom?
To the new owner, Mr.
To the
Chair.
new owner,
Yes, Mr.
to
Chair.
the buyer. Then 4.3, failure to report the transfer, 40,000. To be imposed to,
To both the seller and the new owner, Mr. Chair.
so redundant na to yung 4.3. Kaya ba't mo ilagay pa dito? It's confusing. Kasi bumayad na yung seller ng 20,000 pagdating dito sa 4.3. Eh kung ang purpose naman is for the seller to report, and failure to report, may fine of 20,000. To the buyer, may fine din ng 20,000. Doon sa transfer, dapat wala itong 4.3. Diba?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We'll remove, Mr. Chair.
Tapos, Mr. Chairman, paki-ano lang po, paki-take note na lang po, kasi if you will omit based on my position a while ago with regards to Section 2 reportorial requirement, ito po yung 4.1, wala na po to. Yung failure to report.
Yes po.
Tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Take note of that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Clarification lang, LTO. Pag ako may vehicle, binenta ko yung vehicle ko sa buyer at hindi niya ni-registro, kasama ba ako sa may problema?
With this AO, Mr. Chair, yes, but you should not.
Bakit ako may kasalanan? Di ba? The ownership of the vehicle was already legally transferred to a buyer, and whose responsibility is it to register the vehicle or the sale of the vehicle so that the transfer of ownership will be officially registered? Anong kasalanan ng seller?
Yes, Mr. Chair, but marami po kasing sale na ganyan na hindi po naita-transfer, Mr. Chair, because hindi po
Kanino po ang may kasalanan? Bakit hindi na-transfer? Kanino po bang responsibilidad ang mag-transfer? Yung seller o yung buyer?
the buyer, Mr. Chair.
O bakit napipinalize ngayon yung seller?
We just want to be informed, Mr. Chair, na nabenta na po yung sasakyan para po mahabol po natin yung buyer.
Yeah, but you are punishing somebody who is innocent or not supposed to be penalized.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Are you not being arbitrary there?
That's one of our, yun po yung tinitignan po natin ngayon na alisin na rin po, Mr. Chair, as
Kaya nga, ang recommendation ko, siguro mas specific yung inyong violation. For example, when a buyer signs a deed of sale na open, di ba, may mga pagkakataon na gano'n eh. Doon siguro, maging may kasalanan din yung seller. Di ba?
correct, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, dapat mas i-specify ninyo yung violation para sa interpretation ng inyong administrative order, hindi magkakaroon ng vagueness.
Will do, Mr. Chair.
Anyway,
Mr. Chair.
ang gusto ko lang yes.
Sir, in addition lang po doon sa nabanggit po ninyo sa LTO, siguro LTO, ang tama sagot po ninyo kay Mr. Chair, ang sabi ni Mr. Chair, kung siya ba ay liable or may kasalanan, wala, di po ba? Tapos, plano nyo pagmultahin si Mr. Chair, di ba? Siguro, Mr. Chair, ang tamang sagot ng LTO, yung po nila kasing gustong i-implement base do sa Republic Act 11235 eh. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Hindi po ninyo gusto. Gusto lang po ninyo sundin yung Republic Act 11235.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Ba't hindi po ninyo maisagot sa Mr. Chair? Yun lamang po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kanina kasi yung aking MIAB resolution of conduct inquiry in aid of legislation, nabanggit ko yung tungkol sa excessive penalty at saka yung transitory period prescribed. Hindi ba ito, I'm not a lawyer, maraming lawyers po dito, nagpo-contradict doon sa Article 22 ng Section 22 ng Article 3 of the Philippine Constitution. At ang sinasabi, no ex post facto law or bill attended have been enacted. Ang pagkaintindi ko kasi dito, once may administrative, yung own administrative order, walang penalty. Bakit ngayon may penalty? May I clarify to this, Mr. Chair?
LTO?
Mr. Chair, the provision regarding ex post facto law under the Philippine Constitution is applicable in case of an act at the time it was committed, it is not criminal, and then a law was passed making it criminal. You cannot be held liable to the new law. To our administrative order, Mr. Chair, yung pong ating requirement dun sa mga transactions na nangyari na po before the administrative order, hindi po natin ibinibilang yung 5 days and 20 days doon po sa time na in-execute yung deed of sale or deed of conveyance, but 5 days and 20 days from the time of the effectivity of the administrative order which currently suspended po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, meron lang po akong clarification sa LTO. I understand, may instruction po sa iyo ang chairman sa Senate dito sa public transportation po ba, si Senator Tulfo, na ang gusto niya, kapag mag-rehistro ka ng sasakyan o mag-renew, personal na mag-report sa LTO, may instruction sa inyo, di po ba?
Wala, ano naman po, Mr. Chair. It was mentioned during one of the Senate hearing for LTO to study that requiring the registered owner to appear in pag nag-register po ng sasakyan, Mr. Chair.
So, ang nadinig po kasi doon, gusto niya gusto ko. So, sa inyo pong palagay, hindi pwede itong implement or ano po ang inyong opinion doon sa instruction niya na gusto niya?
Just like any other suggestion naman po in Senate or congressional hearing po, in coordination with DOTR, inaaral po namin before we implement, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi pa po ninyo alam kung pwedeng implement yung gusto niya o hindi? Hindi pa po ninyo alam?
No.
Now?
No, wala pa po. Wala pa pong clear plan on that, Mr. Chair.
So, there is possibility na susundin po ninyo yun?
Well, inaaral pa lang po namin, Mr. Chair, taking into consideration po the purpose kung bakit po nire-require na ang personal appearance as well as the provisions of ease of doing business and yung part na po, baka doon po tayo yun naman po ang mabihilig.
Mr. Chair, naitanong ko po ito kasi natitreten po yung taong bayan, especially yung mga OFWs. Kasi nga naman, kung yung OFWs, nag-expire yung sasakyan nila na ginagamit ng pamilya, hindi naman practical na uuwi sila para sila yung mismong mag-renew ng rehistro. And we all know na sa taong bayan, especially yung mga maliliit na manggagawa, simpleng issue, big deal na sa kanila. Yung po bang takot? Dahil marami tayong problema na dinadanas, particular sa mga mahihirap nating mga kababayan. Kaya Mr. Chair, naitanong po po ito. So, para malinaw. So, in other words, Mr. Chair, sa ngayon, hindi pa ninyo alam kung susundin ninyo o hindi si Senator Tulfo.
Yes, Mr. Chair, because we understand the purpose of the Senator, Mr. Chair, regarding that. This is also one way for LTO po para malaman kung sino na po talagang registered owner ng isang sasakyan. But there's I think, Mr. Chair, meron pong other way to check this, Mr. Chair.
Nabanggit po, yes, Mr. Chair, nabanggit po ng LTO na gusto nilang malaman talaga kung sino may-ari ng sasakyan. Di po ba base sa documents malalaman na ninyo kung sila yung may-ari o hindi?
Yes, Mr. Chair, pero marami po kasing instance, Mr. Chair, na patuloy lang po ang pagpaparehistro ng isang sasakyan, and then kung ito po ay nakakommit, let's say, ng traffic violation, pag pinadalan po natin pinatawag po natin yung registered owner, biglang sasabihin po na benta ko na po ito 10 years ago dito sa taong ito. And they will show deed of sale, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ang binabanggit po ninyo, Mr. Chair, yung hindi pa na-transfer. Pero pinag-usapan po natin yung transfer of ownership and registration na kung may documents, hindi na kailangang mag-report yung new owner or yung registered owner. And ang isa po kasi tinitingnan siguro ni Honorable Senator Tulfo is baka nagamit sa crimes or pwedeng nakaw. Yung issue na yun po, huwag nating alisin yung trabaho ng PNP, particular ang HPG. Kung nakaw yan, may investigation ng HPG, magre-reflect yan. That's why merong HPG clearance. Kung involved naman po yung sa traffic violations only, di po ba nagre-report sa inyong LGUs and other enforcement units? Tama po ba, LTO sir?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
So wala po tayo nakikita problema doon. Anyway, going back Mr. Chair, naitanong ko lang po ito dahil nag-aalala ang taong bayan. So to make it clear, wala pang advice or final decision para doon po, Mr. Chair.
Wala pa po, Mr. Chair. Rest assured po, if in case whatever implementation we will implement, we will get the comment and suggestion of the stakeholders, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, hindi ko naman ni-anticipate na susunod ang LTO sa ganong instruction. Banggitin ko lang po, kung i-require ninyo na ang personal, ang owner, registered owner ng sasakyan, ang dapat mag-report sa LTO, kung sakali po, pag-isipan po ninyo kung yung ating Pangulo pupunta sa LTO para mag-register ng kanilang sasakyan. Ganon din po ang mga senador. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.